Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Richa and today I'm going to discuss about some daily calligraphy drills. So whether you are a beginner or looking to refine your technique, these exercises are perfect for building up the muscle memory and also for achieving beautiful and consistent lettering. So before we dive into the drills, let's talk briefly about why they are important. So, calligraphy drills are repetitive exercises designed to help you develop control and consistency in your writing. So, consider these as a warm up for your hand, which will eventually strengthen your ability to create precise and beautiful letters. So first let's make sure we have the right tools. So for today's video, I will be doing the pointed pen drill. So you definitely need a pointed pen like this. This is an oblique holder which I am using. The nib here is EF principle. So if you are a beginner, consider using any of the G nibs, Nikko G or Zebra G instead of EF principle. EF principle is slightly much more on the flexible side, so yeah, avoid using this nib if you are a complete beginner. And for the ink, I am using this Sumi ink. Okay. For the paper, I am using this practice pad by Ayush paper. So this is a really good quality paper. So this is by Ayush paper, this practice pad. Um, I have practiced several ink on this paper and there was no amount of bleeding, no feathering so far. So I really like this paper for practicing calligraphy. So now let's get started with the actual part of our video. Okay, so let's start with our first drill. So our first drill is going to be simple upstrokes. I'm going to make very thin hairlines. So upstrokes are always made in the upward direction, and don't apply any pressure on your nib while you're making the upstrokes. It should be a very gentle and a consistent movement throughout. Okay, so this is our first drill. You should be completing the entire line like this. What you need to avoid for the upstrokes, you need to avoid this. This flicking needs to be avoided. It should be a consistent movement. You can also practice for 3 lines like this. So these are upstroke for 2 boxes. You can also practice for 3 lines like this. Okay, so this is our first drill. Now let's come to the second drill. So for the second drill, I'll be making simple downstrokes. So whenever we are making downstrokes, we tend to apply slight amount of pressure onto the nib. So whenever you apply pressure onto the nib, the tines of the nib will open up and it will release more amount of ink, creating a thick stroke. So let's see how it's made. Okay. I'm not applying too much pressure. It's a very medium pressure on the nib. So keep practicing these downstrokes for the entire line. Okay, so downstrokes are made in this direction, upstrokes are made in this direction. Okay, so now let's come to our third drill. So for the third drill, I'll be combining both upstroke and the downstroke. So I'll start with the upstroke and then I'll start applying pressure. Okay, again, upstroke. So while you're making the upstroke, there is no pressure on the nib. And as soon as I start applying the pressure, the nib starts releasing more ink, creating a thick stroke. So start with no pressure and start applying pressure. No pressure and start applying pressure. So these exercises will help you understand how a nib actually works. Okay, so again you have to complete the entire line. So for the fourth drill, I'll be doing it here. So it's the opposite of this only. So I'll start with a thick stroke this time. I'll release the pressure onto the nib. Thick stroke to thin stroke. Thick to thin. So your tines are opening at the top and they are closing at the bottom. Opening at the top and they are closing at the bottom. Okay. So basically the shape of this exercise for this third drill, it should be a triangle like this. Okay. And for the fourth drill, it should look something like this. Okay, now let's move on to our fifth exercise. So for the fifth exercise, I'll be making simple oval shapes. So these are hairline ovals. I'm not applying any pressure throughout the oval. I'm taking up 3 spaces. So these oval drills are a must practice for pointed pen calligraphy. They will help to build up the muscle memory for the oval shape, which is the essence of pointed pen calligraphy. Okay, so you need to complete the entire line like this. So for the sixth drill, I'll be adding a slight pressure in the oval, in the hairline oval. So I'm starting with a thin stroke, start applying pressure, now I'm releasing pressure. So the thickness is present only in this part. Let me draw some other ovals as well. Okay, so thin, thick, thin, and complete the oval. So the tines of the nib are closed at the top, they are opening in the middle, again closing at the bottom, and you complete the oval. So these drills basically focus on basic shapes and strokes that ultimately lay the foundation of all calligraphy scripts. By practicing them regularly, you will see significant improvement in your overall calligraphy. So that's it for today's video on daily calligraphy drills. I hope you found these exercises helpful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. And happy practicing. Bye bye. So these drills basically focus on basic shapes and strokes that ultimately lay the foundation of all calligraphy scripts. By practicing them regularly, you will see significant improvement in your overall calligraphy. So that's it for today's video on daily calligraphy drills. I hope you found these exercises helpful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. And happy practicing. Bye bye.